You're in the right place. Grab your surfboard, the water is ready, and let's dive in.
August 8th, which is typically known as the 8-8 portal, the Lion's Gate. It is the actual true start of Leo season, which is why I think this is such a massive date to begin with. I don't follow, as I've said before, the 8-8 or the 777 or any of the repeating number sequences in our Gregorian calendar, because the Gregorian calendar is arbitrary. It was created by a bunch of Roman rulers in a very arbitrary way, setting 30 to 31 days, naming the months after themselves and their sons. August is named after Augustus Caesar, Julius Caesar's son. July is named after Julius Caesar. So it's not really something that I follow, but it is fascinating to know that 8-8 is the start of true Leo season. So it is the start of that season of fire and depth in our leadership and in what is being called forth from us. So it's a really powerful time to step deeper into your leadership and to really see what you're being called to create and produce and what it is that your leadership is asking from you. And so when we approach Leo season, and Leo season lasts over a month long, it's from August 8th until September 15th, because Leo is a relatively larger constellation, and we start with Leo's mane, with kind of the spotlight on Leo's head, which is of course very Leo to have that spotlight on them. And it's really asking you what is being spotlit in your business for you to take forward, what is next for you to create. Maybe you already know what it is, maybe you already know what you'll boldly be sharing or creating or putting out into the world, but it really feels like a time of deeper leadership initiation for us. So let me know what you're already sensing is coming for you from Leo season, or what you're already planning. I will be hosting, alongside Cassandra, a beautiful Soul and Stars online retreat, a virtual retreat to really deepen into your true astrology, release all of the conditioning of the Western astrological and patriarchal system of astrology, and to really, really feel deep connection to your soul and your own soul's guidance, and to the cosmos as well. The soul and cosmic connection will become very, very clear during this retreat. And this is something that we've been kind of feeling into for a while, that we need to host retreats and combine our work. But it's time in Leo season to really have this cosmic self-leadership show up and be present. So I'd love to know what leadership and initiation you're all being called to. Let me know. And then, of course, Leo season, in terms of marketing creations and desires and lessons, are going to be huge. I feel like a lot of people are going to be promoting themselves more. I feel like it's a time to really renew and revamp the way that you present yourself as a leader. I know there was someone in the group that just recently posted about their new bio and representing themselves in a new way. And this is very much so the energy of Leo season. Simone says, things have been shifting for me more into collaboration, stepping into co-creating a not-for-profit for neurodiverse children and families. Amazing. That sounds like a really powerful space for you to lead, increasing my advocacy, my purpose, and supporting this community. That sounds so powerful. What a powerful way to step into your leadership in this specific area, Simone, and especially to be co-leading and co-creating with others. That's where leaders have teams. I've always said leaders have other people that they work with. So that's going to be so powerful for you to deepen into that and to step into it even further. I love that so much. Congratulations. Way to go. Okay. It is 12:12 my time. So that being a little sacred number, I'm going to move into the August 2023 cosmic timing. So this is page 3 of our cosmic planner. And of course, we kick off the month with the full moon in Capricorn, and it is also the Llamas festival, the first harvest. So this is really powerful that we have both the first harvest, and the moon is going to be in the heart of Capricorn. I'll speak to that some more. And we also have the Capricornid meteor showers at this time. So when you're looking at the full moon, you'll also be able to see meteor showers around the full moon that day and a couple days afterwards. So it's a really, really, really potent time to tune into the energy of Capricorn and what it is that you're creating, what it is that you're here to guardian and to create a legacy around in your work. And it'll become really clear to you during this full moon, what exactly your leadership is calling you forth in, what exactly you're being called forth to reconcile, so that you can fully step in deeper into your soul's mission and into your purpose and really into your legacy. And what's beautiful is that this happens during Cancer season. So it's during the season when we're nurturing and caring for ourselves that we can really tune into our spirits and our guidance, our internal guidance system, our inner authority, our guides and team in the spirit realms, and connect to what is most meant for us to step into, what is most meant for us to build, what it is that we want to build. Simone's already mentioned a little bit about what they're thinking about building and creating in the world of neurodiverse children and families, which sounds so incredible. And I know that there is something deeper coming clearer to all of us during this full moon around what our legacy is and what it is that we're here to create. And this is the first of 2 Capricorn full moons that we're going to have in August. So we're going to have a blue moon at the end of the month on the 30th of August. And this is going to be in the tail of Capricorn, right in the cusp, like beginnings of Aquarius, but it's still in the tail of Capricorn, that poetic mer tail and dragon tail of Capricorn. And of course, remembering that Capricorn is not just the mer goat, it is also the dragon. It is like a water dragon of the constellations. And this is something I spoke about during Capricorn season last year. And so when you think about a dragon, there's this like earth guardianship and this depth of mythical magic. And so there's this depth of mythical magic that's emerging within you, some level of your gifts and talents that maybe you haven't shared yet. And as we approach into Leo season and we move past this full moon and its illumination into the Leo season, there will be even more clarity of how you can deeper step into your gifts and deeper step into your leadership. So this is really a month of leadership. I want to call it. August is all about leadership and its illumination. And I'll talk more about this full moon as I get into the reading and as we look at the images of the true sky on the next couple of pages. But I just wanted to speak a little bit more about the rest of the month. So on the 6th, I thought this would be fun to include. The 6th of August is Sailor Moon Day. And that's just really powerful because, first of all, I just love Sailor Moon. It's such a great anime show. And 2, it was really an initiation to the moon and to the solar system for many children, especially many of you who are 90s kids, early 80s kids. You were watching Sailor Moon and getting initiated and activated in that way. And when you rewatch it, it literally is cosmic work. It's like very, very intense activation work and clearing of entities, etc. So it's a really, really powerful show to rewatch and kind of get reacquainted with and see what we were being kind of activated with and encoded with as children from this really powerful show about the moon and about the planets. Okay, and then next, of course, is on the 8th. It's also the last quarter moon on the 8th of August, and that is the start of true Leo season. So we really get to celebrate that energy of the lion, of the power of our, just taking a drink there, the power of our boldness, the power of our, I want to say like our face in terms of showing up for our work in the world, and really showing our faces and letting ourselves be the leaders and letting ourselves go first and letting ourselves boldly shine and be seen. So there's going to be so many themes during the Leo season around our leadership really getting to be seen and really allowing yourself to be seen for your truest gifts, for that which you are here to leave a legacy for, which is going to become really clear during the full moon. And then International Youth Day is on the 12th, so that's a day to recognize all the youth of the world and to really care for the world. So if you have any causes or work that you do or leadership that you do for the youth of the world, Saturday the 12th of August is a great day to speak to that or to join into some other causes. It's going to be trending. The 15th is the Assumption, and I actually have to look up what that means, but it just felt really powerful to mention that the Assumption happens a week into Leo season. And then the next day is the Leo new moon. So we have a new moon in Leo on the 16th of August. So this will be a really powerful time to set those new intentions, like we heard from the Sacred Medicine Oracle deck, to set those new intentions for the seeds that you are planting in your leadership, in your power, in your advocacy work, and what it is that you are here to be known for. And it's going to be a powerful time to really feel into your own power, to connect to your own power, and to feel that power radiating and permeating through to the rest of the world and the people that you impact. It's a very powerful time to even consider your impact on this planet, the impact that you've already had and the impact that you're going to continue having. It's a very, very, very beautiful time to love on yourself and love on those elements of yourself that you have already been sharing boldly and that you will continue to share boldly, because so many of you are such powerful leaders in the world, in this space, and it's time to be celebrated for that. And so take this time for the Leo season and the Leo new moon especially to really, really reflect on the power and the energy that you've already shared with the world over the years and the time that you have been in business, and then really consider what is next, what is going to be next for you to be sharing and contributing. Right after the Leo new moon, we have Mars switching signs. So Mars was in Leo, so that's also why there was so much Leo power, because we had Venus, Mars, and Mercury all in Leo. There was again that conjunction back in July, which I talked about last session. And Mars in Virgo now on the 17th of August. Mars in Virgo is a time to really get to planning, go into the nitty gritty, look at the details, get into the practical side of what it's going to look like for you to win and for your leadership to really take hold and to really root down and to really feel like it's stabilized. Mars in Virgo, that time period of Mars being in Virgo, is really going to support your deeper planning and looking into the nitty gritty, especially your systems, especially the way that you automate or don't automate your business, and just the day-to-day look and feel of it is going to get a bit of a revamp. So that's a part of the leadership lesson, is how do you day-to-day support yourself, support your business, support your clients. It's a time to look at the nitty-gritty details and really give yourself that opportunity to shine even deeper from having those taken care of and having those day-to-day, what do I want to call it? Nuts and bolts of how your business runs really start to flourish even more. And then, of course, we have Venus also changing signs. So Venus is in retrograde and it's going back into Cancer on the 19th of August. So Venus is going backwards and it's going back into Cancer, which means that this is another time for us to really deepen our love for ourselves, deepen that love that we've had for our clients and the work that we do, and to really see ourselves as the guardians of what it is that we do and the guardians of our businesses. And our time here on this planet is here to really hold dear and to mother what is ours to mother. And so Venus in Cancer is to remind us that as we magnetize and as we become really potent and as we look at all these details in our business and set these massive leadership intentions, that it's a time for us to also reflect on what it is that we need, how we need to nurture ourselves, how we need to love ourselves, that deepening of self-love in order to be of service, in order to be able to mother the world in the way that we do. Okay, so that is really the first 2 weeks of Leo season is a very powerful time. We have the Leo full moon, then Virgo Mars, and then Venus in Cancer, and then we go into the first quarter moon, really seeing what we've created so far by the 24th of August, and then on the 30th of August we have the second Capricorn tail full moon, cusping with Aquarius, but it's really still in that Capricorn tail, that dragon's tail. And it'll be a really powerful time to even deepen into what already has been illuminated on the first of the month. We're going to deepen into what our leadership is, what our legacy is, what we're really here to what we're really here to create. And it might surprise you what you're being drawn into, what your spirit is calling you to step forth into, and that's good. It's all solidifying into a much deeper way. And on the 27th of August, I forgot to mention, we do have Saturn in Aquarius opposing the Sun. And so Saturn in Aquarius in opposition with the Sun is massive lessons coming through around us as unique leaders of the world, with our cosmic multidimensional brilliance and gifts coming through, which is really what Aquarius represents. So there might even be philanthropic work that you might want to take forward. You might want to, like in my next podcast episode, I'm going to talk all about going big to give big with my first ever podcast guest, Randy Mullen, who has a company called Go Big to Give Big, where he teaches people how to create for-purpose businesses with philanthropy built right into the business model. So the Aquarius Saturn opposition might be the time for you to really reflect on what you've already given back to the earth, how you've already contributed back, right? Having those moments to reflect and have gratitude and have celebration for yourself and your own leadership is something I'm constantly going to be reminding you all of. But having that moment to really reflect on what is the next level of your own philanthropy, what is the next level of your own leadership as a leader of the earth, as the leader of the new earth, that'll be really, really powerful to reflect on right before that second Capricorn full moon at the end of the month. So it's a really powerful month to consider all of your leadership and to really deepen into and solidify yourself as a leader and this new kind of perception of yourself as a leader of this new time on earth. Okay, so the bottom of the page talks about the September timing. So we will have a new moon on the 14th of September in Leo again, and then we're going to have a Pisces full moon. So we don't have an Aquarius full moon this time. And we will have a Virgo new moon in October, because Virgo is all of October season. But we have beautiful 2 Capricorn full moons and then a Pisces full moon. So that's going to be a really deepening integration of your own psychic knowing once we get into September. In terms of the medicine and the symbols that I've been connecting with this month and this lunar cycle, it's been a lot of crows, a lot of crow action. They're very funny. They're coming in groups, and they're murder of crows. And it's been a bit of a mystery exactly the message that they've been sending, but they're these mythical, mysterious creatures, and they're also tricksters. And so I've been paying attention to the mystery of the crow and letting it sit with me. And then I've also been working a lot with yarrow flower, yarrow leaves, making tea, making salves, finding it in the back garden. And you can find it everywhere. And I also learned that you can use yarrow sticks in divination, and that it's used in the I Ching, in the process of discovering which hexagrams to work with in the I Ching with yarrow sticks. So I've been really, really connecting to that plant medicine. And those two, crow and yarrow, feel like very, very ancient, very witchy medicines to be working with. So let me know during this time, during July and the beginning of August, what medicine you've been really connecting with, what animals, what plants, what crystals. I'd love to know. Sometimes they're similar, sometimes they're very based in what's kind of in season for you and the place that you are in the world. So I would love to know. And this is just fun for all of us to share what medicine we're connecting with and how it cycles throughout the seasons, and especially throughout the moon cycles. So please do share. All right. So next we're going to move forward to page 4 of the cosmic timing and really look at these images. So you can see the images of the actual true sky on the 1st of August. And you can see the moon in the heart of Capricorn. And then you can see right above that is Delphinus, the beautiful dolphin in the sky. So we're going to talk about how the dolphin is going to be interacting with this full moon. And then how this is also the sun opposite the full moon, illuminating the full moon, is right in the heart and the dead center of Cancer season. So these two do represent the guardians, the mother and the father of the zodiac. So there is a balancing of our own internal relationships to our mother and our father that is happening here. If you are parents, there might be like a massive activation that you're feeling in your own parental guidance. And for many of us here in the north, it is the middle of summer, so you are probably spending more time with your children and feeling this deeper sense of what it means to be a parent and what you want to do as a parent, and maybe the next level of the legacy and the teachings that you're going to give to your children is coming through for you during this full moon on the 1st of August. And I just want to say that it really is bringing forth like what is at the heart, what is at the very heart of your leadership, like what is really guiding you from the inside out, from the heart, from the very depths of it, right? And then from those depths, the question is, what is the joy, the deep joy that is leaping forth in your business, right? When you create from the heart, and when you let the heart be the space where you create your legacy from, then deep joy gets to leap forth in your business. And that's really what the Delphinus, the dolphin, represents, is when we dive deep into the waters of our heart and into our collective community, right? When we work with our collective, then we get to experience the joy of leaping forward, bounding forward in that level of alignment, in that level of psychic, heartfelt, community-based alignment. So what is at the heart of the legacy that you're here to leave? That is really a massive question that this Capricorn full moon is here to ask you. What is at the heart of the legacy that you're here to leave? And really simplifying it down to that sliver of an atom of what is at the very heart of it. Like, what is one sentence that you can explain that is at the heart of the legacy that you're here to leave, that is being illuminated by this full moon? It'll be so powerful for all of us as leaders to tune into that. I'm going to take a drink of water. Let me know if anyone wants to share, or put in the comments below what you are feeling is at the very heart of the legacy that you are here to leave. And then from diving into the heart of that, what deep joy is leaping forth in your business? What joy is leaping forth when you consider that being at the heart of what it is that you do, right? And then the fact that this is all in Cancer season still is you get to be so held, you get to be so nurtured, right? The same way that you nurture and hold other people and hold space for others, you also get to be held. That is a part of the joy. That is the part of the heart spreading joy that is present here during this time. It's not just all about hard work and slogging and hustling and getting to see your rewards later on. It's you get to live and lavish in the reward. You are consciously in the reward as you're creating it, right? The journey is the destination, in other words. So what is the miracle that this full moon is bringing forth for yourself, for your business, for your marketing? I would love to know. There's always a miracle present at each day in our beautiful cosmic cycles of the year and of life, but especially at these massive moments of polarity with the full moon being illuminated by the Cancer sun. What is at the heart of it? What is coming forth for you? And I would love to know and for you to share what is coming forth. And I just love that little Delphinus reminding us that it's about joy. It's about having a collective sense of joy as we all come together, and that it gets to be really, really fun and really, really joyful and like eeping and bouncing and leaping with joy, that you get to create and that you get to leave a legacy behind for your children, for your children's children, for the children of the world, for the people of the world at this time on the planet. Okay, so those are the images of the true sky and the deeper messages that I've been getting from them. And then next we're going to look at the full-on true sidereal wheel on page 5. So it is the Capricorn Super Blackberry full moon. We do have another Capricorn full moon that I'm not going to talk about here, but I wanted to speak to all of the interactions that are happening during this time. So we have the sun opposing Capricorn, and right beside the moon, pretty close to it, not fully conjunct, is Pluto. So again, this is a time to reflect on how much change has happened, how much transformation has happened, how much rebirth has happened, especially in relationship to your inner self, your inner child, and your ability to be a leader, right? Allowing for your inner child to be happy and aligned in your heart's work is so powerful, right? Not just doing something that uplifts the children and uplifts your children, but uplifts the child within. That is the reminder of this full moon, is that your inner child gets to be so, so, so blessed and so, so, so held in this process. The Pluto is also trining with Uranus at this time, and Uranus just went into Taurus near the end of July. And so now that Uranus has switched signs from Aries, it's a really, really potent reminder that what you're here to transform has never been done before. It's never been seen on the earth before. It's new to the planet, and it's new to you. It's new to your lineage. It's new to your systems. It's new to the levels of depth that you've been willing to go or able to go with yourself, right? So this is this leadership initiation that these two Capricorn full moons are going to be activating in us, especially as we move into Leo season, is all about the type of leadership that we create in the world, and how we use technology, and how we use the systems and the tools and the earth, and not use the earth, but work in communion with the earth in order to create. And it's never been done before. We've never seen times like these before. That's the reminder, is that this is unprecedented, right? Your leadership is unprecedented. This time in the earth where we all get to come together and be leaders in this way has never been done before, right? There's never been so many leaders present in the world and willing to serve the world and serve the children and serve the inner children. And so it's a reminder to have a lot of grace, to have a lot of patience with the fact that this hasn't been done before, and that new ideas, new levels of relating are coming through, right? It's not going to be done the way it was done before. We get to be the trailblazers in this new form of leadership, and it's not going to look like maybe what you thought it would look like. There is a level of surrender and trust and I want to say the words non-compliance, but it's not about that. It's not really about being rebellious. It's about letting the past conditioning dissolve and releasing from yourself and your own leadership expectations, so that you can actually show up in the truth of your own leadership and the truth of how you're here to show up for the world, and have that be a joyous occasion, have that be a powerful, joyous time for you, where you get to express your individuality, and that expression of your individuality is what is going to serve the earth a lot. We also have the moon trining or squaring off with Jupiter. So Jupiter is in Aries, and it's in the 7th house. So there's probably lots of opportunities around partnerships, collaborations, our own personal romantic lives, our partnerships that we have there. And it feels like this could be a bit of a conflict, like necessary conflict coming up in this area, for us to get even more aligned, for us to really know, who are we meant to be working with? Who are we meant to be starting things off with? Who are we meant to be collaborating with in order to create this new legacy, this deep, heartfelt legacy from within us? It's kind of a renewal of your mission, a renewal of your legacy work, a renewal of your partnerships. And this doesn't mean necessarily that all your partnerships are going to be falling apart and you have to reconfigure them, etc. It's just an opportunity to deepen them. It's an opportunity to deepen into who is the most aligned, and how do I distinguish who is the most aligned for me to be working with, partnering with, even working with from a client level, right? What partnerships and relationships best serve this work and most expand this work? And it might be that you even start working with new people, that you might expand your field of the possibility of who you're going to be working with, and that this becomes a new layer of deconditioning for you to release, right? That you maybe thought that you had to work with a certain narrow focus of people, and now it's going to be opening up to a new opportunity. And so there's a bit of that, internal conflict to move through, but really it's a massive opportunity and a massive opening for deeper clarity. And this is all because Jupiter in Aries is squaring off with the moon and the sun. And also the point of relief here, the point of release in terms of this T-square that this is creating in the sky, is a point right between Virgo and Libra. So Virgo and Libra energy will really serve you here in that you want to find a balanced solution that is going to be the best suited for your day-to-day life, right? The best suited for you going forth and creating as what do I want to say here? Really, what is going to be the most practical solution, but also the most peaceful solution in terms of the people that you work with, right? What is going to be the most sustainable? What is going to be the most day-to-day reliable people for you to be partnering with and people for you to be working with? Hi, Jenna. So good to see you. And so it's a really powerful time to deepen into the people that you work with and also into the heart of what it is that you do. Because once you deepen into the heart of your mission, there's going to, of course, be an expansion of your world and your community. And I just love that. I love that for all of us a lot. What I also want to speak to is that the North Node is now moving well into Pisces, and the opposing energy is Virgo. So as we deepen into our destiny of being these conscious-led leaders, right, consciousness shifting leaders, and deep intuitive women and leaders in the world, then there is a practicality that comes along with it. There is a way that you show up for yourself and others. There is a level of health that you maintain for yourself in order to show up, in order to have that level of depth of psychic knowing and awareness. There needs to be a way that you care for yourself, right? For me, it's adding lion's mane to my coffee every day, drinking lots of water, having lots of antioxidants, and starting a new workout regime that feels really good for my body. That's my new routine that I'm doing to care for myself as a leader. So there's also a bit of that theme of, as we step deeper into our psychic gifts, our deeper knowing, our multidimensional gifts, there also is a deepening of the day-to-day of the 3D expression of that, of how that actually looks in your day-to-day, to care for yourself as a leader and to remember that you deserve that care and kindness, and that leaders really do care for themselves that much, in a very powerful way. Okay. I also want to say that, like I was saying about Pluto and Uranus before, really activating your gifts and your philanthropic energy in the world in the way that we've never done this sort of leadership before. Neptune is also sextiling both of those aspects, which gives Neptune an opportunity to really, really reevaluate the level of the way that you creatively create, the way that you actually even access your creativity, the way that you access your intuition, the way that you do your work, the process that you have. That is the magic. That is the beauty of what it is that you do here on this planet, and to showcase that in a new way and to let that become new and renewed, and even to notice, like to actually gain the awareness of what is the actual process, the magic process that you take people through, that you take your clients through, that you walk through for yourself, and then being able to vocalize that, to speak to that, to share that in your leadership. That's going to be really powerful. In terms of expression, and also just deepening into that, maybe even getting more creative, more artsy with the work that you do, even like thinking of creative endeavors and having creative expression be something that is necessary on a day-to-day level. Like there's a deepening of our own artistry as well available during this time, because it's, our leadership is not just like for the sole purpose of having this legacy and serving other people. It's also an expression of our soul's gifts, of our art, and of the creativity that's within. So it's a really, really powerful time to deepen into your creativity and let your dreams really come true in that sense, right? That when we think about our creativity, it's like our deepest dreams coming into reality. And so how can you more practically apply that sense of dreaming into reality, right? It might even be a sense of like connecting to your vision or to your dreams on a daily basis, having some sort of journal or gratitude journal or a vision journal to reconnect to that every single day and to see how it has shifted over a period of time. And then the last few elements that I want to talk about are all about the lessons of Venus, Mercury, and Mars in Leo. So these powerful signs in Leo, you've probably been having lots of activations in your love life, or just in the way that you relate to masculine and feminine polarity within and without, and your own connections. So it's about sharing that in the world. And during this full moon, there will be an illumination of lessons really coming forth from that, from those relationships that you've had in the polarity extremes, right? With men, with very masculine beings, with your own internal masculine, with your own internal feminine. There will be massive lessons landing and things to share from that is going to be serving your leadership even more. And so this could even be especially around your leadership of your children, for those of you that are parents, and really sharing about that in your life, or how you want to parent, and connecting to even parents of children as potential clients for you. But it's about really connecting to the lessons that you have learned about polarity, and then sharing that and speaking to that in a bold new way, really leading from that element of the fact that you've been doing this work. You've been connecting to the power of the masculine feminine polarity extremes for quite some time, and now there's lessons to share and leadership to be kind of, I want to say, secreted from that, or deduced from all of that work. So there's a gem that's being polished from all of that work that's been happening. And this feels a little bit like a secondary kind of piece, because all of this has to do with our leadership, but especially around this piece around masculine and feminine polarity and our relationships and how they serve us in our leadership. Might be something that you want to talk about. Maybe it's a podcast you want to record. Maybe it's an event that you want to host. Maybe it's something that you'll just be talking about with your clients. Maybe it's just something personally that you'll reflect on and you'll notice. But it's a really powerful deepening of what this really means to have been doing this work for so long, what it means for the world, and what's next. Because I'm someone that's very much about the polarity, and then the non-polarity, and the non-binary, and the third, right, the trinity of the two poles coming into a trinity. And so when that happens, we get to see both ends and the beyond. And so what is that beyond? What is that lesson? What is that kind of cream of the crop that you have come forth from all of the leadership that you've already done, especially in the feminine space? And what is next for you? What is the next evolution of that beyond the conditioning or the traditions that we've learned before, right? It's actually this deepening beyond tradition into this new level of our own definition of our legacy, of our own definition of our leadership, of our own definition of who we are here to be. It's a really, really powerful Leo season. And what's most wanting to come through again is from You Are the Medicine in Asha Frost's book. She talks about this moon cycle being the blackberry moon cycle, and how blackberry was one of the first fruits that were here on the planet, and how it just observed and took in and became known as this wisdom keeper, where people would come to blackberry for wisdom and for advice and guidance, and blackberry would always reflect back to the individual, what is your spirit saying, what is your guidance system telling you? And they were even asked to become the leader of the society because they were so wise. And blackberry said, no, like, you are all wise, like, we are all leaders, we are all, we are not unequal, we are not on different playing fields, we are all equals in our own connection to spirit. So a reminder that this leadership cycle, that this time of deepening into your leadership, into your legacy, into the joy of what that means, into the heart of what it is that you're here to create, is to deeply reconnect to your own spirit, to your own spirit team, to your own level of guidance, to what spirit is guiding you to do next. And that's really as simple as it gets. All of this and everything that I've discussed, these are all of the cosmic elements that are imbuing us and connecting to us during this time period. But what really, really matters is what intuitive knowing is revealing itself to you, for your marketing, for your business. What deep intuitive knowing is just coming forth, right? That's really what the North Node, that destiny node being in Pisces, is all about, is a deepening of our own intuitive gifts, a deepening of our connection to spirit, our connection to our guides. And what does spirit and your guide team tell you is next? What is it telling you is next in your leadership? What are those lessons and those next steps and those practical embodied actions for you to take? What does spirit and your guide team tell you when you get quiet and when you listen and when you're tuned in? Right? What are those intentions that you're going to be setting forth and creating next with the next Leo full moon, Leo new moon? What is your own spirit team telling you? And that's always what there is to remind you, as we are all leaders, we are all connected, we all have the spirit teams available to us. And it's just a matter of reminding yourself that all of this is here, all of the cosmos, all of the full moons, all of the cycles, all of the seasons are here to support us at this time and throughout all time. And they always have been. And to know that your own spirit team, your own unique connection to the stars and the planets in your own soul is what's going to guide you most of all. So with that being said, that's all I have to say about this cycle, about August, about the first Capricorn full moon. I really hope that this served you and your marketing and your own leadership. If you'd like to work with me, you can find me at www.sanjarose.com. I don't know why I do the www because, I mean, we all know that by now. But if you just put in sanjarose.com, you can find me. You can book in a brand consult if you want to talk about your business and you don't even know where to begin or where you're at or just what you might want my support with. Just tell me where you're at right now and what you're moving through, and we'll get started. Or you can book a cosmic marketing session, which is us looking at yours or your business's human design and astrology and giving you guidance from the cosmos for your business, for your own leadership. I also have a collaboration session if you just want to get together and start working on some marketing materials for you. We can work in Canva. We can start creating messaging. We can create graphics. We can just get in there and start creating materials for you, graphics and marketing materials right for you. So all of that is on my website. And then a brand consult, if you don't know where to start, is the perfect place to start. You're going to walk away with actionable items and also clarity around what's next for us to work together. SanjaRose.com is how you can find all of that. And I'm so excited to continue serving all of you. All of your beautiful leadership is so needed and it's necessary and it's already here. And I can't wait to see the next evolution of it as we move through this powerful time. And now I'm going to open up the floor to any questions. If you have questions, leave them in the comments below. I will respond either here or on YouTube once this is posted after the new moon. And I'd love to just know what you all got from this powerful moon marketing reading and cosmic collective session. Just waiting to see if I have any questions coming through. Okay, I'm not seeing any live questions, so I'm just going to share this template link again for all of you to follow along with the August planner. And thank you all so much for being here and for connecting to your own leadership and the cosmos in this deep way. I love you all and have a powerful, powerful Capricorn full moon and Leo season. And I will see you all for the next full moon reading at the end of August. Okay, bye-bye.